the moment Vince was gone is when I had hope again.
So we have the champions, like we said, Cody Rhodes, Bayley, Logan Paul, and A-Town Down Under. Oh God, Jesus!
Trust me, I'm loving this for a good reason.
I hate.
Continue.
All right, so we have Bianca Belair, which is a smart move.
Yes, first draft pick for SmackDown, and they go with the former champ. They are trying to push Bianca in some direction. They just don't know which direction yet.
Exactly.
But it may be a thing once Backlash is over and she is maybe part of the tag team champions for the women.
Carmelo Hayes.
Him.
They kind of have been starting to give him a little push.
Yeah. I mean, he just had a match with Cody. I mean, that you don't get really much bigger than that on that brand.
Yeah.
Randy Orton. Nia Jax. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
The
Bloodline.
So they have that faction. Well, they have the Bloodline on the show with fewer factions.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. The Bloodline, as of right now, is just 2 people and Paul Heyman.
Right.
Yeah. 2 people and Friend.
Yes, it's a tag team more than it is a faction, really.
Yeah.
So you have Andrade, the OC, Baron Corbin. Now, I do feel as though I could see Baron Corbin and the OC becoming a faction for some strange reason.
I hope not.
Maybe. Baron Corbin's done a lot of good work in NXT to revamp his image. And certainly his time with Braun Breaker helped that.
Cedric Alexander and Ashanti Adonis.
The Adonis.
Okay.
Yes, the last surviving member of Hit Row, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not really.
Okay, there's B-Fab, but B-Fab is with the Almighty. So
yeah,
he's a man on his own.
Well, she's married, but I could still admire her a mile away. She is the Wonder Woman of all Wonder Womans. Jade Cargill.
Cargyle.
They're not Argyle.
As far as you know.
Exactly. Kevin Owens. Can't say anything. The Pride. Tiffany Stratton.
Tippy time.
Yeah. Del Legado
del Fantasma.
Yeah, whatever. Shinsuke Nakamura.
That one you get right.
Yeah. Because I speak. Well, let's go. Naomi.
Yeah.
Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. Pretty dead.
Hold on. Do we know that Chelsea Green is definitely staying on SmackDown? Because we just saw her go into NXT for the face Roxanne Perez.
As far as we know, she's been drafted to SmackDown, so who knows what's going to happen in that angle.
All right, we'll see.
Who knows?
This one, they're going to bring back the faction. You got Candice LeRae, India Hartwell, and #DIY.
The way. Give me the hand. Give me the hand.
You mean Triple H and Shawn Michaels?
Give me the hand. Give me the hand. And I love the fact that right now DIY is still in contention as a tag team, going up against the champs of their former partner, Austin Theory.
Yes, that makes more sense.
There is a gif of Austin Theory just looking at his phone like, every time Johnny Gargano posts something, it's like you see that post.
Yeah.
Let's also not forget Pretty Deadly's part of the list too.
Yeah, I said that.
Oh, all right.
He did say Pretty Deadly. Although Pretty Deadly is a weird tag team, I got to admit. Like, I don't know if I can take them seriously. As of all the tag teams in WWE, they are the one team that I feel like they'd probably just be better at commentary. Like
And wrestling. They are the
they're good. They're Irish boys just like myself, but they've done so much as like hosts and doing promos and stuff like that. It's like, dude, just make them more bank pieces. They don't necessarily need to compete. And as of right now, there aren't that many tag teams really on SmackDown as opposed to Raw.
right.
So I don't really know how much competition you're really going to have in that division.
All right. The next lineup, we have the leader of the Goths, Blair Davenport.
Yeah, another good call up, I have to say.
Apollo Crews.
Do you think he's going to keep his premonition gimmick going?
I have no idea.
You can't see into the future like he can?
No.
We can't see that right now on screen?
No.
Okay.
Giovanni Vizzi.
Yes, the reject of the Imperium.
And the last but not least, Tegan Knox.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to say, she got a little shafted. Like, hopefully this will give Tegan Knox an opportunity to get pushed up a little bit.
Here's hoping. I would
Well,
love
that's
to
what
see
you hope
that.
with the draft. Yeah, you always hope that with this draft, whether people have been moved to a new location to try something new or someone is being given fresh bodies to work with on their brand, you hope that it does, like the phrase goes, a rising tide lifts all ships. So hopefully Tegan will not get lost into the mix like apparently she was back during Vince's reign into Triple H's reign, where it really didn't seem like some of the women they knew what to do with.
Yep. Hopefully the draft. Oh, out of all the groups to benefit from the draft, I really hope they help revitalize the women's division. Because you can't just keep ping-ponging it back between Becky Lynch, Charlotte, and Asuka. Well, don't get me wrong. I love Becky Lynch and Asuka. It just seems like that's the same match every time with a mix-in of Bianca Belair.
Right.
We need to build more women up.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, we've seen what Jade Cargill can do. We know what Naomi can do, but now we also have to worry about we have to see about what Tiffany can do on the main brand. We have to see what Tegan Knox can actually be put through. I personally would like to see Piper Niven back as a solo artist as opposed to just teaming around with Chelsea. And there is a lot of opportunity now, and they just really have to start utilizing it. And hopefully Triple H has that mindset because
absolutely
a lot of these people, regardless of the NXT call-ups that we just got, a lot of the people on the brands now are his NXT people. They are his children.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is their chance. And right now, they are riding high. They are riding a high at the moment. 100%. Because they had probably the best WrestleMania in years. And they've been making good decisions both on camera in terms of matchups, in terms of storylines, and behind the scenes. So they have they're on a high right now.
Right.
So this is an opportunity to make it even better, especially with AEW tripping over themselves and TNA still being TNA. It's like, yeah, we already know WWE is literally the top of the heap. They have been for ages.
Right.
They are the Harvard of
AEW missed their chance to really do much, but this is an opportunity to basically just solidify everything for years to come.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right now is the planning stages. This is the rebuilding year, as they say in some sports.
Well, it's like they have goodwill.
Yeah.
They have a wave of goodwill right now.
I want to say this also. I really like the roster they have on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yes.
It's just a matter of executing them perfectly.
They need to execute it, and they need to not trip over themselves.
Right.
Like what we saw with Vince and his cronies over the past few years, as we've said it before on this show. they put WWE at probably one of their lowest points in terms of quality in a very long time. And
before the pandemic.
Yeah, before the pandemic. And they just and they've pretty much, after that TKO merger, they've kind of wiped out a lot of the negative thoughts that we've had. So this is, and like I said, they just capped off. They just put the icing on the cake with an almost perfect WrestleMania.
Right.
So it's okay, let's see if they can keep it going. Let's see if they can keep this wave rolling.
And I had faith.
Right to say, Endeavor really did do some good work by finally taking over WWE. It's
amazingly enough.
Yeah, I know there were critics. Yeah, I know there were people that were worried about how it was going to be, especially when the merger happened and they said Vince was back in power. You're
not going to say no names.
I was more worried when Vince shoehorned his way back in, and it's like, I understand the whole thing with, it's like, I'm glad that they did the whole TKO thing. It's like, okay, at least that jackass now has someone to answer to.
And boy, is he answering.
And answer he did when the latest wave of things came out of the crap that he pulled.
Yeah.
And they finally were able to flush him out. And that was the best thing that they could have done. And when they did that, the quality of everything shot up.
Like I said,
it's like, yeah, it's like, well, no, the only doubts I had was how long Vince would continue his booking bullcrap with his cronies. And yeah, the moment, and then you also have Kevin Dunn not there anymore, so the production values have increased.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
Camera,
I like what they've done with some of the camera work.
Camera work has just improved dramatically.
The stuff they're doing with going
dramatically.
Down.
It's
the way they did Becky Lynch and that whole that was fire.
Yep.
They stopped with the augmented reality nonsense.
Well, they still occasionally have it, but they are toning it down. Thank goodness. They are. It's like, well, I do. Unfortunately, it seems that they're going with the more minimalistic staging now, which kind of sucks.
Yeah,
because it's like, I think that at least at WrestleMania they should have had the more fireworks, the more splendor. Let it have the giant jumbotron going. Fine, for shows like that, have that. I understand you having the minimalistic set for, say, the weekly shows. Fine, save some money. But that's one of the decisions I'm kind of iffy on. But overall, the moment Vince was gone is when I had hope again. And so far, I have not been disappointed.
Yeah.
At least not. I'm sure there are some results that I was kind of on, but overall, yeah.